Oi, oi, lads. We're going to play the historic challenge. We're going to try the historic challenge. We're going to try a little bit of NAYA burn first. Alright, we've got one authority, one Shaper's Sanctuary, two Cindervines, two Fry, two Lava Coil, one Grudge, one Ray. Yeah, get this Mana Tithe to fuck, man. 10,000 gold. Jesus Christ. What are the prizes for the historic challenge? Anybody got a linkers? Normally it's like, what, 40 packs if you go 7 wins? If I'm not mistaken. 20k gold and 30 packs this time? Okay. Alright, we've got 2 white sources for Luris, we've got our green source. Lightning Helix, man, what a card. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we're trying Naya burn. It's basically mono red burn, but with Atarka's command and Helix, which I think is fine. Okay, chat, we're a bit of a landlord here, but that's okay. $19 land deck, by the way. 19 lands. That is 19, right? 12 in the deck. 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's a bit unlucky. Yeah, the challenge, it's like 10,000 gold to enter, and then you can win a lot of packs and gold. It's like the normal historic event, but just like scaled up like 10 times bigger or whatever. Okay, we need to be careful about auto tapper in this run, huh? Very interesting, chat. That seems like a big mistake from opponent not to just use their Helix, because I could have had another Atarka's command, right? What's the play? So we can kill Tef. Worth? Or are we going face? So they're on 13. We can put them to 7 with a Flame of Keld cast. I think I'm gonna go face, man. Oh shit, I get a spectacle trigger for that, huh? Whoops. I think it's okay to discard that land, because I've got like Lavamancer and stuff in my deck which needs to eat my graveyard. I don't think we're going to need more than 6 mana for any turn. If we do, then rip. I'm more concerned about the -1 damage, because them being... the difference between 6 and 7 is actually pretty huge when my burn spells deal 3. I forgot I get a fucking trigger from Flame of Keld. Whoops. Okay, 2 Helix used already. It's one of risk factor is just gas, isn't it? What a card. So we can put them to 1, or we can hold all of our burn spells for next turn with the Flame of Keld trigger, but then we they can use counter spells, right? Very interesting. The 1 damage? Shut up! It's okay, guys. I told you there's absolutely no difference between 7 and 6, okay? It's fine. I think we hold everything here.
Keep up the pace.
Opponent has no respect for Flame of Keld, huh? No respect. It might be worth to use one spell here. If they lapse it, we top deck it, right? So that's fine. If they have a veto... Is veto a tilt? Not really. It's a good draw. Flame of Keld, guys. What a one-of. Both the Flame of Keld and the Risk Factor are both insane in this game. Both cheeky one-ofs. Commit on a shock. Alright, nice. Cindervines. Fry. Shaper's Sanctuary, man. Yes or no? Yes or no? Probably yes, right? Alright, cut 5 cards without cutting any creatures. We can probably cut Helix in this matchup, right? It's just a very hard to cast Lightning Strike, honestly. Or do you want to cut Shock instead, maybe? I think we want to keep our Flame of Keld and our Risk Factor here. You can maybe cut the Lavamancer, actually. We would still have 12... We'd still have 12 wizards there for Wizard's Lightning. Cut Helix, Lavamancer. Bring in Sanctuary, Cindervines... and Fry. Just play the Helix instead of the Shock. Maybe. Fine. 2 mana Tribal coming through. Helix is the best 2-cost burn spell in Historic. You just clearly don't know what you're talking about, do you? I'm just pretending that you do. It's the best 2-cost burn spell in Historic if your opponent is dealing damage to you. If they're not dealing damage to you, it's the worst 2-cost burn spell in Historic. Because it's just the hardest one to cast for no reason.
Another month with our Lord and Savior. Smiley face.
Dr. Aguas, thanks for the 14 months, man. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. I'll hit him with the vines here. I'll hit him with the vines. Dovin's Vieto. Draws Risk Factor, but it's just... I think Risk Factor and Flame of Keld are both great one-offs, man. Flame of Keld especially if you're playing Lurrus, right? Because you can rebuy them. It might actually be better to play 2 Flame of Keld and no Risk Factor if you're playing Lurrus. -1. 2 mana, deal 1 so far. -2. Don't know whether to play around Censor or not here. I don't really want to play this land this turn. I want to play a red source if we get one. Interesting. I'll just go for it, I think. Okay, veto is fine. Is Tempo Garden even a card? I think so. Tempo Garden's great because it can cast the Atarkus command and the Helix, right? It's the only land in our deck that doesn't cast... it's the only non-red source in the deck, but I think it's fine to play it.
Let's skip to the good part.
Okay. That's a good card. Fry, man. What a banger. What a banger. So they have at least 2 vetoes, huh? Very interesting. Alright, fetch Lurrus or Risk Factor? Not sure. Kahira has been played. I wasn't expecting them to actually cast Kahira at any point. Don't dispute me. Four DPS secured. That's a -4. No veto in hand? Well, we don't know if they've got veto or not because they only had 2 white sources, man, I think. Dude, please. Auto Tapper is terrible with this Lurrus in this deck. Need to be so careful with it. Dead Divines? Well, they can beat us with a Shark, right? They have a fast enough clock with Shark. They also have like Tef or Commit, just get rid of the vines. One Helix face is enough of a clock, I think, too. Depends if we get to kill this Kahira or not. So Helix puts them to 5. Looks like they might have sideboarded out their Sharks, which would be really good for us. No Shark just gives us so much more time. Alright, our Lurrus just got lapsed 4 times in a row, which is kind of awkward. I wonder if Lavamancer is actually okay. Maybe I'm underrating the Lavamancer here. Nah, you can only sack Cindervines if there's a target. don't know if ever putting 2 creatures in play is good. It's good against Tef, but it might be a little bit early to play 2 creatures. Fjordson, thanks for the 4 months, man. Appreciate it, dude. I mean, to be honest, if opponent is smart, they would sideboard out their Wraths against me, but I'm not sure if they have or not. Probably not in too much of a position to play around that. Dude, you have to be so careful with auto tapper with Loris.
Defend yourself. I have let all of you down. Let's do this.
What was that? Now, what was that, my friend? What was that? Huh? Oh, it's Brainstorm, yeah. I was wondering, like, it could be like Red Cap, man. It wouldn't be the worst. It's almost certainly Brainstorm. It could be Red Cap. It could be Spell Pierce, but I mean that's very unlikely. We need a creature, man. We need a creature.
We need to move quickly.
Did I want land? I did not want the 7th land in my 19 land burn deck, no. Not what I was looking for there.
Hurry.
I mean, the plan at this point of the game is to have like 3 less lands and 3 more spells. So yeah, we've kind of flooded out here, but a bit. I say a bit, like disgustingly flooded. Again, Wrath of God shows how stupidly overpowered and broken it is. Wrath is not really broken, it's just... It is kind of dumb though. Because there's a ton of creatures out there that are very good against Wrath, but Wrath is stupid because it limits what creatures you can play, right? Those type of board clears mean that really the only creatures that you can play are ones that are good against it. So it's not broken, it's just lame, man. Why does Auto Tapper hate targeting Temple Gardens so much? I don't understand. Why it values Temple Gardens so high. CROKEYZ is right. Control decks should only be able to destroy creatures 1 for 1 until they are overwhelmed. Well, that's not what I said, man, but thank God we've got dumbasses like you who can not understand the game on even a simple level and can keep chatting shit and incentivizing wizards to make poorly designed cards to appease you and your 0 IQ. If only you didn't exist, then Magic would be a better game. But sadly... sadly, your dad had to bend over your mum just one too many times. It's unfortunate.
You know what?
Scotland haven't even played yet. Dad, I'm nervous, okay? Give me... chill, man. I'm scared. I think Scotland might lose. Scotland plays today? They do. 4 hours and counting. Monk ass, man. I'm terrified. It's the first time... Scotland have not been in a major tournament since I was 6 years old. 6 years old. Yeah, I don't know why I manually tapped there. I've got PTSD from my Temple Garden not getting tapped, so I've started manually tapping. Scotland versus who? Scotland versus Czech Republic. It's the CROKEYZ versus Andre Strasky rematch. The Czech Republic have got the upper hand the last time, luckily. Do 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 do. Okay, decent hand. Not terrible lands either. If we can now... we can cast every spell in our deck. Feels good, man. Well, I guess except Luris and our one copy of Risk Factor, but that's okay. Wow, discarding Lightning Axe turn 1 is... It's a bit weird. It's a little weird. Do 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 do. Deck needs a Swift Spear so bad. I mean, I'm pretty sure all decks would like to upgrade to their worst creature, yes. Can they just not pull their Phoenix out? I'll take it if that's the case. Who do you think are the favourites in the European tournament? Well, I mean, the same as everyone else? I don't know. France, Poland, not Poland. France, Portugal. I don't know, man. France and Portugal, right? And then there's like 3 or 4 other teams that could win, but those 2 are the most likely. Belgium, Italy. As I said, France and Portugal are the most likely, and then there's 3 or 4 other teams that could win. Portugal is overhyped. How can... I mean... You can't overhype the team that has the best attack. The team with the best attack is one of the favourites to win. That's just how it is. What are you gonna do? Who are the Portuguese strikers? Well, they've got Ronaldo, and then behind Ronaldo is Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Jota, and Bernardo Silva. Which is pretty good, right? Burning, burning, burning. Hey, it's a good song for what we're trying to do here. Six, 8, 12. Can I win if I block here? We're dead to a burn spell, but... Can I win if I block? So if I don't block, I lose to Pillar of Flame or Shock. And if I do block, I lose to Opt or Brainstorm. I mean, I actually lose to Shock even if I do block, so it doesn't matter really. That was a wild attack from them, chat. Big throws. That's a minus 10,000 gold attack from the opponent. I mean, why leave one token behind? Maybe we cut Atarka's command in this matchup? A lot of creatures we want to kill, huh? Risk factor also seems a bit slow. Cindervines? Nah, there's two... Cindervines is cool if your opponent's not doing anything, but... Phoenix does do stuff, man, like you... It's too slow. If I play Cindervines, they'll have a turn where like a Pyro can get out of control or something like that. Authority is a lot better than Cindervines because we can play it turn 1. And it also makes their Pyro like a lot worse, and Pyro's their best card against us, right? No Clothis? Nah, we're playing Lurrus, man. Can't play Clothis. We're definitely playing Flame of Keld, so the question is, do we want to play another Pyro or Light Up? One of these two cards is getting discarded. I guess maybe we'll play Light Up, because then we can play the Foundry tapped, right, if they don't... Okay, if they have a removal spell, I guess we'll play the creature. Alright, they've only got one card left. I think it's a removal spell, they're holding it for a pump here. Okay, that's fine. Do, 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 do. So, we don't gain 5 life next turn, do we? No, okay. Sadly not. I kind of want to save this shock, man. I think it's more relevant as a removal spell. I think I'll fetch Luris here. It could be 4 damage to face there, but I think it's actually better to use it to kill like a Pyromancer or something scary. Alright, Entity, don't kill me, please. Do not slay me. Pass. Rebuy Keld. Dude, rebuying Keld is so nice. So nice. I think for the next run, I think we'll play like 2 Keld, maybe even 3, man. More copies of Keld has to be better than the risk factor. It's just gas with Luris, isn't it? I've got to say, we draw these tempo gardens a very above average number of times. I guess we just try and pick apart the Gruul Boys creatures. I don't want to play this Soulscar into a Stomp. I'm hoping that if they have a Bone Crusher, they'll just throw it to my face. Gotta play it now, sadly. It's not really what the opponent was looking for, is it? They were probably hoping for better. Still got our Helix, man. Still got the Helix. Opponent blocked better, it's kind of sad. Alright chat, time to abuse the fact that we started the game with 8 cards. Very fair and balanced. Although, Helix is kind of a draw though. Might be worth to just cast Helix this turn to take them off the Gallia. Because Gallia's going to draw 2 cards, huh? Which is pretty awkward. Yeah. Do we cast Loris? What happens if they top deck Bone Crusher Giant? Are we sad? I mean, we seem really sad. We seem really, really sad. Opponent missed the Raminut Runes activation there. It's kind of a scam. Why not Lava Runner? Well, if they blocked with only one, I would just not cast it, right? And I would just play the Pyro. That's a main deck CROKEYZ. Okay, we're upset by this. Do 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 do. Alright, we ended the game on 20 life. Seems good. Okay, Authority. Spray. Coil. Sanctuary against Gruul. Seems awful. I think we'll play another run of this. I'm going to take some... because I just kind of built this deck to play, but I think I'm going to add a Dramoka's command. It's very hard to cast in the deck, but we do have a bit of time to cast it. To the sideboard. One Dramoka's command. I want one more Flame of Keld main. Because we can, I mean, we can cast Dramoka's command, and it is a way to get rid of CROKEYZ, right? Is Dramoka's command, or Dramoka's command, it's remove an enchantment in play, right? It's not counter an enchantment, is it? They sack one in play? Yes, no? Yes, no, maybe so? Target player sacrifices an enchantment. Yeah. Let's get one of those into the sideboard for the next run. And I want to change the risk factor to a second Flame of Keld, just because I think both of those cards are good, but in this deck we want Flame of Keld instead, because of how it plays with Lurrus. Been a bit aggressive with my life total here, chat, but what can I say? I'm a burn gamer. I'm just a burn gamer, man. That is what it is. Farmed. Soul Scar Mage. What a creature, man. What a creature. Insane, dude. Insane. Fuck off, Ferocidon. You clown. Get out of my face, man. -3. Okay, is this worth a -2, chat? Is this worth a -2? Ooh. I think so. Go on, lad. Pay some life to cast your spells. Thank you.
CROKEYZ CROKEYZ Clown.
Salvatas, thank you for the 6 months, man. I appreciate that, dude. Are you live reacting to the Scotland match today? I'm not. I'm going off stream to watch it with a nice bottle of beer and some good company. Sag? What do you mean, Sag? Be a shame when England smashes 5-0. I mean, that is obviously not going to happen. England are a lot better of a team than Scotland, but the Scotland-England games are always close, man. I mean, England would do better than Scotland against the Czech Republic, most likely. But when they're actually playing against each other, no. Cold Guinness. I'll be honest, man. At this point in my life, I'm pretty convinced that Guinness is the worst liquid on planet Earth that claims to be a beer. I'm unsure there's anything worse. It would take a lot of convincing to convince me there's something worse than Guinness. Bud Light? Yeah, but Bud Light is just a meme, isn't it? Bud Light's just a meme. Guinness is genuinely terrible. The amount of life loss in your mana base is shocking. I just have no respect for my opponent's damage. What can I say? No frickin' respect. Question, chat. Are we killing the entity? Sadly, I think we are. Don't really want to kill it. But... I'll kill it. We have 9 burn in our hand. Opponent's deck has, or should have, no life gain. Stella is the beer. Feel sorry for your partner. That's tough. That's a tough life. Alright, chat. Burn's working. Burn is working. Yeah, this risk factor sucks, man. I'm just cutting it every time. Shame. Yeah, Lightning Strike is actually better than Shock, right? Against their deck. I don't like Cindervines against Phoenix, man. It is not as good as you would think it is. Trust me, I've tried. Trust me, I've tried many times. Bowmat, can't play Bowmat, it's not a wizard. Nobody has been Ancient Grudged yet, sadly, no. No one has been Ray of Revelation either. Yeah, our white cards are Helix and Luris, our green card is Tarka's Command, and then in the sideboard we've got Cindervines, Ray of Revelation, Authority, and Shaper's Sanctuary. No harvest? No, no harvest in this one because we're playing 3 colours, right? With only 19 lands, we don't have enough green sources to play a 1-mana spell. Can only play 2-mana spells. I've made an exception for like the 1 copy of Shaper's Sanctuary just because that card's okay to cast on turn 2, right? In the matchups that you want it. It's better to cast the Wizard's Lightning, right? What the fuck am I talking about? What am I talking about, chat? No, it's not. Alright, 9 burn, chilling and ready to go. You talking rubbish, sir? I'm talking rubbish. Don't worry, I corrected my mistake. Okay. GG's. Quick 2 over Phoenix, no big deal. Fourteen 3 damage spells, yeah. And then we've got the 4 shocks as well, right? Which are not great, but they're decent. Does the deck get better or worse if you change the 4 shocks to 4 bowmats? So Bowmat, it's good for gas. It's a great card to cast off Aluris as well. But it doesn't make my Wizard's Lightnings cheaper. But it does make your Spectacle cards easier to cast because it's got with haste. Naya burn? Yep, Naya. Add Phoenix. Add Phoenix sounds bad. But I don't feel very well today, man. I don't even think I'll be able to make it to 1 o'clock. I might need to just call it after this run. I'm not feeling my usual bubbly self today, chat. I've got aches and pains all over. Sickies, yeah. Is CROKEYZ calling in sick to work to watch the Scotland match? But I can't even call in sick to work. For some reason, they won't even give me my boss's number, you know? I've been trying to get hold of Jeff for what feels like years. I just can't get a contact number for him. This guy is hard to reach, let me tell you. He is hard to get a hold of. He's in space at the moment. Yeah. It's a good life, isn't it? Write a little bit of code and then go to space. Seems good. I'll be honest, chat, our multi-5's not looking very impressive in this game, but that's okay. That's okay. We will live to fight another day. Women love you, why do you think that is? Don't know, man, what can I say? What can I say? Yeah, what can you? Well, it must be something to do with the fact that I'm hilarious, good looking, I sound pretty cool. I'm a giga chad. And I play Burn. It's probably a combination of all of those things. Four toughness? Yeah, 4 toughness is fucked. I mean, we did multi-5 in this game, guys. It was a bit of a scam, but it's okay. Because of 4 toughness, you play red cap and mono red. I've got lava coils on the sideboard, which are great against Phoenix and Drakes, right? Okay, unsuccessful multi-5, sadly. Oh, Fry's also pretty good there, huh? Shock or skewer, chat? What do we want here? Shock or Skewer? I guess Skewer. Skewer can kill the 3/3 flyer. Shock's better against Sprite Dragon, but Skewer should be able to kill Sprite Dragon most of the time. Even though it's sorcery. And Spectacle. Yeah, this match is just
Hope you
scuffed,
end the
guys.
fan
I can't
well.
get a...
Less than 3.
Mull to 5, and then a game 1, mull to 6 with no creature game 2. What are you gonna do? This game is scuffed. Nah, Cindervines is not good against Phoenix, guys. I understand why you think it would be good, but believe me, I'm an experienced arena burn gamer. Cindervines ain't good. Tried the red ley line versus Phoenix. It was okay-ish. Well, it sounds bad because then you can't play Lurrus. Which seems pretty awful, right? In your humble opinion, what's the worst mythic in Arena? I have no idea, man. My knowledge of obscure mythics is 0. There's probably a lot though, right? A lot of bad ones? Do 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 do. The worst one that sees play? I have no idea, man. I don't really know what the rarity of cards is. I don't really pay attention to that too much. I know, like, the thing about rarities that I pay attention to most are the commons that are really good, right? Because that's actually interesting. Because normally commons are terrible, huh? Dude, countered my magma spray. Oh wait, it still works? Okay, didn't realise that would work. Are we doming the opponent here, chat? So we can turn this Wizard's Lightning into 4 damage, if we want. Or 5 damage, actually, because we also get to cast Light Up. 1 mana deal 5? Sure. Sure, I'm in. Okay, 1 mana deal 6, seems good. One mana cast 2 lightning bolts. Feels good, man. Decent turn. I'm a bit scared about having to... it looks like they didn't have a stop, so I probably could have killed that Sprite Dragon with Helix. But, one, that's way too risky. And two, now I'm a bit scared of a Crackling Drake, because we actually don't have a hot answer to a Crackling Drake. Wait, they played the wrong land? Opponent, what? Is it ever correct to just slam Flame of Kelt here? It's so likely to be, like, that puts them on a 2-turn clock. I think our path to victory here is Flame of Keld. We also get another card if they kill the Pyro. Because if they can pull this Phoenix out, they have us dead in 2 turns, right? Because the chances of one of their spells being a burn spell is so high. So we need to put them on a 2-turn clock. Okay, well, we would have lost either way. Alright, decent run for the first build of the deck. Ecuador! Ecuador!